Yaoi, Yuri, doomed by the narrative, cosmic horror. Ma'am, this is a gacha game about cookies. Back in my day, okay, we just wanted to play Cookie Run Kingdom because their English versions had a bunch of YouTubers and voice actors that we all knew and loved. Now you're telling me that we have homosexual killer clowns and toxic yaoi with almost every single ship. Oh, okay then. Hey, it's Allie, welcome back to my channel. Guys, I'm in the fucking building again.
I'm back in the fucking building again!
Like, guys, it's bad. Like, I've started a whole new Tumblr type of bad. Feel free to follow me. I mostly just spam Cookie Run stuff there. And it's all his fault. And you know what? It's not even just him. So if you're like me and you can't get this stupid little freak out of your head, join me as I info dump on you about the stupid little cookies that have been up in my head for the last month and a half. And as I try to figure out what exactly is Cookie Run Kingdom now. If at any time you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe because I make videos like this all the time, and comment down below your favorite cookie, your favorite piece of lore, your favorite ship, all that, you know. Also your favorite costume for the cookies, because I sent out a form right here on YouTube. Turn on notifications or just follow me on any of my socials. I also post it there. But in the form, I messed it up and for some reason didn't put like an actual answerable thing for your favorite outfit. So just let me know your favorite outfit down in the comments below. Okay, thank you. Let's jump into it. Disclaimer: the Cookie Run lore is deep and I am only on episode like 3 of Beasties. Okay, so like let's calm down. All right, like there's a lot there that I might skip over. Okay, feel free to let me know down in the comments. Be respectful about it. Okay, we can have a respectful thing. There's also not a lot of like lore video stuff out there for this. Like there's videos of the lore, but it's like hours and hours and hours long, but there's nobody who has like put it all together. Maybe I'll make a lore video about it one day, but I say all this to say that, you know, don't take this as gospel, don't take this as the absolute truth. Okay, we know what happens when we take things as the absolute truth. Shadow milk cookie. So just take this as the ruminations of a girl with a hyperfixation. It's bad. So there are 5 kingdoms ruled by the 5 ancient heroes that have soul jams: white lily cookie, dark cacao cookie, burnt cheese cookie, holly berry cookie, and of course, pure vanilla cookie. Yeah, psych. Actually, that was like the first plot twist. I was like, well, wait a minute. What are you talking about? They actually weren't the first original heroes. Our original heroes were made by the witches. You know, those, like, if you ever played the actual gacha, when you click on the gacha and you see the little witch lady, yeah, made by them. They made the first ancient heroes with their soul jams, which like gives them basically absolute power. And if we know anything about absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. Yes. So these 5 beasts, I guess they're called now, just became bored, became listless, became corrupted by their own power and also the truth of the world, and basically just turned evil. Whether that is because of the truth of the world or because they just got bored, they're evil now. And I also asked you guys what your favorite pieces of lore was, and this was one of them that was named like quite a lot. The Beast Soul Jam turning into the Ancient Hero Soul Jam. It makes it less of you are chosen randomly to face them and more of a fight your opposite value. Resolution versus apathy, for example, or truth versus deceit, of course. Down the original 5 like people, right? And they were taken down. They were taken, half of their soul jams were taken with them. So these people are no longer powerful. They also get sealed away into a tree. I don't know why a tree specifically. It's just a tree. Let's just roll with it. And everything is good until it wasn't. Dark Enchantress cookie is like, girl, no. I need this. Now, the reason why Dark Enchantress cookie is even here in the first place, because you're thinking everybody got sealed away in a tree, right? So how did this happen? Now, I don't know the exact specifics of this, so feel free to like correct me down in the comments below. But to me, maybe this is just a little theory. I think because White Lily Cookie, let's talk about White Lily Cookie for a second. So White Lily Cookie and Pure Vanilla Cookie were friends back in like their school days. They were pretty much the burnt out gifted kids. I'm actually dressed. I did my makeup. Ignore the purple hair, but I did my makeup like Pure Vanilla Cookie today. I like the star in the middle of his head. Anyway, I also started drawing fan art of him. Guys, it's gotten so bad. Anyway, they were friends in school, right? They were friends in school and they were kind of bored with their normal lectures because they're just too smart, right? And so they started doing their own little research stuff on the side, you know, learning magic and all that on their own. However, White Lily Cookie got a little too intense about it and was really wanted to know about about like how cookies were made, right? She really, really wanted to know. She even tried to like make her own cookies and she failed. She came to the conclusion that cookies could not make other cookies. So where do cookies come from? Because nobody procreates here. Like cookies are like agender. They're like agender. They don't really have a, cookies don't really have a gender. Like we assign it to them, like he and she and stuff like that. But I don't think cookies really have a gender because they don't procreate. So there's no reason for like sex or anything like that. Guys, woke cookie run kingdom. anyway, so she gets a little too intense about that, and Pure Vanilla Cookie's like, hey girl, let's slow down a little bit about that. And she doesn't slow down. She hears about the witches, and the witches are the ones that created the cookies. So she's like really like, oh my god, like I have to go see the witches. She goes on basically this like, not crusade, was it a pilgrimage, I guess, trying to figure out where the witches are, go to talk to them and figure out how they made cookies and the meaning of life and all of that. She does figure it out, and the truth that she figures out pretty much breaks her. And that's why Dark Enchantress Cookie, in my opinion, in my theory, and I think maybe canon, that's why Dark Enchantress Cookie, who is her opposite, is able to come about, because the truth that she found out was so severe that she was just like, oh my god, what is the point of it all? Let's just burn it all to the ground. Now, what is this truth, you might ask? The truth of this is that witches, surprise, surprise, made the cookies to be eaten. And that is why no cookie is the same as another cookie. I love this though, because no cookie is the same, right? You can't have more than one cookie of one cookie. So there's not one there's only one gingerbread cookie, right? There's only one strawberry cookie, right? There's not multiple of them. Even when you get multiple of them, they turn into soul stones, right? And so I love that kind of match with the narrative and the gameplay there. I love when that happens. What's it called? Ludonarrative dissonance, I think that's what it's called. I could be dead wrong. I'm a game designer. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure like that is the reason why there aren't multiple of the same cookie. There's only one of each cookie, which is insane because that means that there are so many different types of cookies. There's almost 200 cookies now. And unlike some games, I'm not going to name any, that tend to just copy and paste. They try to have new characters, like all the characters are technically different, but like they really are just like copies and pastes of each other. And it's not the best. And it makes it so when a new character comes out that they seem either like a carbon copy and paste of a previous character, or if the character is actually new and unique, people latch onto that character a lot. Like you see that in a lot of different games, especially gacha games. You'll see when a new character comes out that is actually unique, people will cling on to that character so much that they will forget all the other characters. One thing that I was so surprised about coming back into the Cookie Run fandom after all these years, I actually have an old ass video on my channel about Cookie Run. Don't watch it, it's not good, but like I would love to like recreate that video because I was trying to make Cookie Run cookies, which I think would be fun. I just didn't have the stuff to do it. It was bad. Anyway, I was saying, but yeah, the thing that works about Cookie Run though is that every character is so unique, and every cookie gets their own like unique lore and unique look and everything about it, to the point where it becomes like characters who are supposed to be super popular, like for example, Shadow Milk Cookie, are popular, but they're not that popular. Dark Cacao Cookie but Dark Cacao Cookie actually beat out Shadow Milk Cookie in a poll recently. Like that's crazy considering that Shadow Milk Cookie was the cookie that got a lot of people, myself included, back into Cookie Run. Like that's crazy that despite that every cookie is so unique that there really isn't like a true like this is the main face of Cookie Run, you know? And I love that a lot. When I asked you guys what your favorite cookies were, which I'll get to in a second, you guys had so much to say. I was genuinely expecting like just a wall of Shadow Milk Cookie, but it wasn't that. And that's like, that says a lot about like what type of game we have here. Before we get to that though, let's continue on with the lore. So that pretty much sums up the beginning of the lore. Enchantress Cookie comes in, Dark Enchantress Cookie comes in and pretty much shatters the ancient heroes' soul gems again, scatters them to the wind, and now everybody has to go find everybody. Ginger Brave comes along. Remember when this was about a little cake cookie thing stealing a crown? Yeah, remember that? Remember that? Yeah. Every time I think about that, I'm like, yeah, that was the original story, huh? But yeah, so Ginger Brave comes, he's running away from a witch. He gets into this town. Strawberry Cookie, Wizard Cookie, they all also like ran away from witches. They come into this kingdom. They decide to start it. The sugar gnomes are there and they're like, please, we live to serve. Please help us. Anyway, so that's your whole thing of like rebuilding this kingdom while also gathering as many cookies as you can far and wide, letting them know about the witches, etc., etc., etc. And then you get to learn about like all of the ancient heroes. You meet Shadow Vanilla. We get it, girl. We get it. You're on Tumblr. We're like, we get it. Anyway, you meet Pure Vanilla Cookie, who is like the first ancient hero that you meet, right? And he's like, we got to get the band back together because Dark Enchantress Cookie, she's trying to literally destroy the world. And you go around collecting all the other cookies. Well, in the story, in the actual gameplay, you have to pull for them for gacha. I have all of the ancient heroes. Subtle flex. And I'm free to play. Subtle flex, because I say that because I'm not free to play on Love and Deep Space. We don't need to talk about Love and Deep Space right now. Just know that I'm not free to play on that game. And yeah, every event, there's usually a new cookie. And if not a new cookie, then a new story or lore or gameplay with that. And the fact that that happens every single event is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Someone said the world building of the different kingdoms is way more in depth than I expected as a new fan, which I can definitely agree. I was not expecting, especially after the whole like Shadow Vanilla like little arc there, I wasn't expecting to still be invested in the rest of the characters' arcs. Like, I want to know what the heck is going on with Burning Spice, Burning Cheese, or Burnt Cheese Cookie, and Dark Spice. What is that man's name? That one cookie's name. Spice Cook at girl. I want to know what's going on with them. Okay, girl, y'all got me shipping straight ships up in here. Like, that's how you know it's crazy when I'm shipping straight ships. Okay. Some of the other lore pieces that you guys said you really love that I'm definitely gonna look into after this is Sherbet and Cotton's story. Apparently it's really sad. Crispia episodes 17 through 18, which I'm not even there yet. I'm on like 11. So like, girl, I gotta catch up. The Legend of the Red Dragon, A Mermaid's Tale. Also, like, I have a lot of those undersea cookies. So like, I need to know what's going on over there. And Mystic Flowers, a backstory in Beasties episode 4. Yeah. Like, I have a lot to learn here. Like, I genuinely was expecting everybody to say, oh, Shadow Vanilla, the Shadow Vanilla story. Like, duh. But it wasn't. And, like, I'm like, that makes me happy. That makes me, like, glad that there's more to this. Like, I'm not just gonna play through the Shadow Vanilla parts and then be bored for the rest of the time. Like, that proves that there was, like, actual heart and, like, soul put into, like, every single storyline that comes out. And we love that, especially for a gacha game. Look. Look, I'm just saying. So next, let's get into the cookies. Like I said, the cookies are very unique. Every single cookie is extremely unique, has their own lore, backstory, design, everything about it. And I love that so much. And again, when I said to you guys, who's your favorite cookie? I was expecting Shadow Vanilla all the way. No. So let me take you into some of these. Pinecone cookie, which my favorite back in the day, if you watch that really old video, don't watch it. But if you do, it was Pancake Cookie. Pancake Cookie was like my fave back in the day. I just loved how cute they were. And Pinecone Cookie, again, fits into that same realm of like, this is just so fucking cute. I love this so much. We have Capsaicin Cookie, which like the buff cookies, the buff cookies. Yes. Also, I find it very, very interesting that they were able to make different body types for these. Like, White Lily Cookie is very, very, like, frail and skinny. And then you have Capsaicin Cookie, who's, like, really big. Holly Berry Cookie, who's, like, a heavyset girl. Like, I love that we have... like, it's crazy to me. Also, skin tones. Like, I know people sit there and be like, just because their skin tone is dark, the cookie itself is dark, does not mean that they would have a dark skin tone if they were human. I need this to be so for real. I need this to be so fucking for real right now. Okay, girl, like, you can draw them however you want to draw them. They're cookies, okay? Some are very clearly based off of certain aspects. Like, they're like, there's a whole like Korean line of cookies, K-pop and traditional Korean line of cookies. Okay, but they are cookies at the end of the day, so you can draw them however you want, especially when you humanize them. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's cool the fact that like some of these cookies have a darker skin tone and therefore get drawn with a darker skin tone. Like, also, even if, for example, dark cacao cookie and dark choco cookie, they're clearly based off of like more Eastern Asian like type of inspirations. However, they have like a darker skin tone because they're dark chocolate cookies. You can still draw them dark, like darker skinned Japanese people exist, like Blasian people exist, and then also just straight up darker skinned Japanese people exist just in general. So like, you don't have to like, you know what I mean? You know? And I feel like that's a different conversation for a different day. We talk about like colorism inside of like East Asian like fandoms and stuff like that. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about your favorite cookies. Speaking of, mine is dark choco cookie and dark cacao cookie. I love them. I love them. Father son duo. I love the both of them. I love the both of them so much. That and capsaicin cookie. Hey, Carol, I just love the both cookies. Y'all already know this. I feel like y'all could have tell. What else other cookies do you guys think I would like? Like, let me know down below. Like, anyway, candy diver cookie, so cute. The cutest. I actually just pulled him. So cute. Caramel arrow. Herb cookie. Now that's a throwback right there. The fact that your fave is still herb cookie. There was a couple of strawberry cookies up in here too. The fact that she has always been your fave. The fact that a lot of people have found strawberry cookie to be extremely relatable, I thought was like really sweet. Espresso cookie. Pastry cookie apparently has religious trauma. I also heard about the like new girlies also with the religious trauma. Like, what is going on with the religious trauma? Twizzly gummy, holly berry, dark cacao. Like I already said, I can fix him. Girl. Licorice cookie, who if y'all were there back when the olden days of, 2020-ish era cookie run stuff going on, then you know that licorice cookie was the original Tumblr sexy man cookie, okay? Okay, dark milk, shadow milk cookie, learn your roots. Okay, because licorice cookie was the original Tumblr sexy man. Yes, he was. And of course, the list goes on and on and on. I'm glad this is almost kind of like Pokemon. I'm a firm believer that every Pokemon is someone's favorite, and I kind of feel the same way here. I'm glad that there were so many diverse answers in this, and I'm glad we're not all just one hive mind going shadow milk cookie. Speaking of, did y'all see that video about the merch for shadow milk cookie? Oh, girl. I was thinking about buying a plush too. Never mind. No, never mind. I'll wait. Don't worry. I'll wait. But I am glad that Shadow Milk Cookie wasn't the beginning and the end of my enjoyment of the cookies in this series. He was just the gateway drug. Now, speaking of gateway drugs, let's talk about the ships finally. So let's start out with the titular bitchular, as Athena P would say, the queen herself. We gotta start out with Shadow Vanilla Cookie. Shadow Vanilla Cookie? No, that's like their child. Shadow Vanilla. It is Shadow Vanilla Cookie and Shadow Milk Cookie. Now, if you're wondering why or where it is gone, because I know a lot of people, myself included, were like, what is going on? Like, where's the toxic Yaoi? I was promised toxic Yaoi. Where is it? You need look no further. So remember how I said that there were the 5 original peoples, right? Or the 5 original cookies, I guess, who had absolute power. It corrupted them. They became evil. They were destroyed by the 5 ancient heroes who now have half of their soul gems. Guess who has those other halves? Guess who was in the first group and in the second group? That's right. Shadow Milk Cookie and then Pure Vanilla Cookie. They are literally intrinsically linked with each other. Like actually intrinsically linked. They are the different sides of the same coin. Pure Vanilla actually says that as such. Part of Pure Vanilla's actual character development is kind of realizing that Shadow Milk Cookie is kind of like the same, like they're like this, and that there's no getting rid of him, and that you really shouldn't, because the whole part of Shadow Milk Cookie's character development is that he's very much so alone. Like he feels alone in this ultimate knowledge that he has. And despite the fact that other people now share in this ultimate knowledge, right? There's White Lily Cookie, there's Pure Vanilla Cookie. Other people know the truth. He still feels so completely alone. The truth will make you go crazy, which is pretty much what happened to him. And so he feels so alone. And so by force, he was just going to corrupt Pure Vanilla Cookie and make him also see the truth and hope that it makes him just as crazy so that they can be 2 peas in a pod. However, instead of becoming a doomerist, Pure Vanilla Cookie became hopeful, right? That's the whole dichotomy there with those two. And so they are literally intrinsically linked with each other. You cannot have one without the other. And Pure Vanilla is realizing that that is okay. That does not make you an evil person or whatever. And Shadow Milk Cookie is realizing that oh, I can have a friend in this together. And that is why people ship them a lot. Also, the toxic Yaoi is originally Shadow Milk Cookie being I'm just going to corrupt you. And the toxic is there. Does that happen? Yay or nay? Now, I will say part of the reason, this being another gateway drug back into Cookie Run Kingdom, June, Genshin Ninja, I'm coming for you. I am coming for you. I started following them again very recently because of their Prism stuff, and then they just started posting Cookie Run stuff, and I was like, oh, What's this? I blame them. I blame them. I do. I'm sending you my bill for therapy. I haven't spent any money on this game, but when I do, if I do, you will be hearing from my bill. just know you will. But seriously though, you should check out all the animatics. They're all so good. They're all so good. Like, I'm sorry, you can't go wrong with a jester character. Like, you can't, like a jester character whose whole thing, the whole thing with jester characters in general is that usually they know some truth that has usually made them go crazy. Like, hello, Jevil. Like, you know, they know some truth that has made them go crazy, and now they kind of are in a very nihilistic tailspin and are just crazy and want to make everyone else crazy around them too, because it's lonely being the only one who knows the truth, you know? But of course, that is not the only ship, and I asked you guys, what are some ships that you love? And I personally love all of the like ancient heroes and beast like ships. I love all of that because there's so many different connections we can have. Firstly, you have all of the like beasts themselves being in a polycule. Then you have all of the ancient heroes themselves being in a polycule. Then you have all of the like connections with them, like their ships themselves. Even this can all be platonic, by the way. That's the greatness of all of this. It can be romantic. It can be platonic. There's like evidence for both. Honestly, so like you have the connections with each of them who hold each other's like soul jams, and then you have like inside of the like things themselves, like people ship like Pure Vanilla Cookie and White Lily Cookie because they've been, you know, best friends to lovers, that type of stuff. Someone even said in this, Pure Vanilla Cookie and White Lily Cookie being corrupted and then like beginning together. So like Dark Enchantress Cookie and Shadow Milk Cookie. I think that's I didn't even think of that. Like y'all on some like next level type of shipping here. Say hello to Shadow. Guess she's just gonna stay there. You have anything to say? No, she doesn't have anything to say. Oh, she fell. She's fine. There she goes. She never appears in my videos because I usually film in the office, but today I thought we'd switch it up. One that was put on here a lot was Madeline Cookie and Espresso Cookie, and all y'all said was enemies to lovers. A lot. Like, there's a lot of enemies to lovers in this. Black Lemonade and Shining Glitter. Apparently, they're Pride Month canon. They were put on Cookie Run's Pride Month post. I want to hear more about this Pride Month post. Red Pastry, which is Red Velvet Cookie and Pastry Cookie. And also one that was also said a lot, Sea Fairy Cookie and Moonlight Cookie. Again, enemies to lovers. we like Toxic Yaoi, enemies to lovers, always. Never not enemies to lovers, apparently. Caramel Chow and Street Urchin. A lot of the like little underwater cookies I see. Herb and Clover, which like the fact that you said Herb and Clover, I'm like, oh, you've been here since the jump. You're a veteran. You're an OG. And of course, those noob wedding bitches. Those two, again, religious trauma. We got wedding trauma. There's so much trauma. So much trauma. But like, what is going on with them? That's Black Forest Cookie and Wedding Cake Cookie. I need to know what's going on with that. I've been so obsessed lately with just finding out like Shadow Vanilla stuff for the sake of this video and maybe future videos that I haven't been able to actually play any of the like wedding cake stuff for the new event. So I need to get on that because what's going on over there? What's going on over there? Also, the fact that, again, the cookies don't really seem to have any gender because they're all wearing like wedding dresses. I think that's very, very cute. Very, very cute. So, what did we learn today? Well, I hope this gave you an overview of the reason why so many people recently have been obsessed with Cookie Run Kingdom. If you've been seeing it all over your timeline, I hope you now understand why. There is still so much more to talk about. Again, I didn't get to talk about the whole dresses and the outfits and things like that because I messed up with the form and that's on me. I didn't really talk about the other games as well. There are other games here. There's guilds. There's like so much stuff to do inside of Cookie Run Kingdom. It's also a gacha game at the end of the day, so please be responsible when you're, you know, if you're gonna download it, be responsible about it. Don't spend any money because it's actually very easy to be free to play on this game. Anything you could want, you can grind for pretty easily. So do not spend any money on this game if you can't help it. I almost spent money trying to get Pure Vanilla Cookie, and then I realized because I already had Holly Berry, I already had Dark Cacao, and I already had White Lily just from like pulling at the gacha. Because I already had them, the ancient hero like event thing that's like going on right now, I was able to get one of those cookies. Like out of the three, it was like White Lily Cookie, Holly Berry, or Pure Vanilla. I already have Holly Berry and White Lily, so I just needed Pure Vanilla, and I was able to pull him for free. Same with Burnt Cheese, because it was between Burnt Cheese and I think Dark Cacao. I was able to like, guys. So don't spend any money on this. Any person that any cookie rather that you're trying to get, there's a way to get them for free. I'm missing a lot of cookies that I really want, but specifically dark choco cookie, and I think, what was the other one? Oh, the some of the beasts. I really want the beasts. And what was the other one? That one cowboy looking cookie, he just looks really cool. I don't know anything about him. I just really want him. Anyway, I say all that to say, just it's a free to play game, but it is a gacha game at the end of the day. So they will try to get your money at every turn. You don't do it. Don't do it, girl. But yeah, if you're just in it for the lore and you really don't want to go through it, there's literally YouTube playlists upon YouTube playlists. When I hit like a roadblock because I ran out of like juicy stamina jellies and I had to get this video together, I just went onto the YouTube videos to watch what's it called, the playlist for BCs. So and I will continue to do that until I get more stamina jellies. So do not worry about the FOMO of not being in here, okay? The fandom is alive and well. I love to see that. We love to see it. Like I said, I've drawn fan art. I'm going to draw more fan art. Guys, if I do another video, it might be explaining the lore through an OC. Yep. I'm sorry. The designs are just too good for me not to make an OC. So you may get that video. You may get 3 videos in April, actually, because if I make that video and then I want to make a video about Usopp from One Piece, and then Welcome Home's like spring update is supposed to happen. Speaking of Welcome Home, Welcome Home spring update is supposed to happen in April. So you might get 3 videos in April, which should make up for the fact that I hadn't been here for 2 weeks. But if you want to know where I've been for 2 weeks, well, I was in San Francisco, but I was playing Cookie Run and Love in Deep Space. Yeah. Gacha games have taken over my life. So to help. Anyway, thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you did, you are a real one. I hope this explained at least a little bit about Cookie Run Kingdom. If there's any questions or anything, leave them down below. Somebody will answer. I'll answer, or somebody else will answer. Let me know down below your favorite cookies, your favorite lore pieces. If there's anything I missed or got wrong, let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, if you would love to see that like lore video / OC video, let me know. I love this makeup and I never want to take it off. You know, maintenance came in to fix our sink in our bathroom, and I was like halfway through putting on this makeup and I was just like with the star like half painted on my forehead. I was like, hi. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Love and peace.